Peter, do you want to tell us what we talked about today?
Yeah. Well, we talked about a whole bunch of things. Again, another very exciting episode. I'm so glad to be back. I am thrilled to be a member of this trio right here. We were talking about Meta, who have flip-flopped, who have done a U-turn. They pivoted off a pivot. No longer caring about the Metaverse, which they renamed their entire company and spent $13 billion on. Now it's all about generative AI, like the rest of Silicon Valley. A great phrase from this article, by the way, the Silicon Valley squirrel, which I think is brilliant. I love that. I'm going to take that and use it as my own.
Yeah.
Went on a couple of rants, talked about like holodecks. Mike just would not shut up again. Yeah, I know.
John, on the right-hand side of the screen, do you have anything to add?
No, that's pretty good. Thanks.
Cool.
That's
and I'm Mike.
Update.
Enjoy the show. Mark Zuckerberg abandons Metaverse as shiny new toy appears. This, good, right?
I like the subtitle. What do you expect an attention span? What do you expect an attention span?
Right.
Like, yeah, I mean, duh.
And then also right there, squirrel, like you're a dog who just saw a squirrel.
Yeah, yeah. They call it the Silicon Valley squirrel.
I guess the funniest thing here is that Meta, Facebook have been working on AI for a really long time. What is it called? Llama.
Yeah. Their AI. Yeah.
Their AI. And like, I'm pretty sure they also had a leak or something. So they open source parts of it. I don't remember exactly.
It got released as a torrent. It got sent over to some people for like review, and then somebody chucks it up on a torrent, and it was gone.
And it's out. Yeah. So I don't know how, because now I've seen Llama in open source projects. So I don't know how Facebook handled the leak, or if they basically just GPL3'd it or whatever. Like, I don't know what they did with the licensing on Llama, but I know I've seen Llama around on open source, like LLM projects and stuff. Anyway, so I feel like this is a bit clickbaity. This is a bit like Mark Zuck abandons his $13 trillion fucking money sink for new shiny AI buzzword, when they've actually been working on it for a really long time. Very rare instance of me kind of backing Meta in this case.
Kind of, and I mean, sort of. I mean, I think the point was that, like, they've abandoned Meta, but to sort of, they did also. He said in some interview that we just created a new team, the generative AI team, which I think is like focus their AI efforts.
Okay.
But it does also, and he also said it's probably the area that I'm spending the most time in, as well as Mark Zuckerberg and Chris Cox. Who said that? Bosworth, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Who is Andrew Bosworth, the company's Metaverse of Dead. Oh, CTO, right? Andrew Bosworth. So the CTO is saying he's spending most time on it, as probably is Zuck and other people. So it does sort of feel like they've abandoned Metaverse.
Yeah, I guess. Didn't they also fire a bunch of Metaverse engineers? Didn't that happen?
Along with 20,000 other people, a lot of others, yeah.
So, what's interesting, I think, is what's going to happen. An interesting question to ask is, what will ever happen with the Metaverse? If anything.
I don't know.
Something to think about.
Mike, do you care?
Well, so it's not surprising that they shifted away. They were really struggling to get traction. Zuck was advocating for it, promoting it kind of as hard as he could, and it was not going well. Then they got surprised by ChatGPT, along with everyone else on the planet. So it kind of feels like he's trying to jump on the bandwagon. The other thing I was thinking about with respect to this story, though, is Facebook has never really had like a transformation. They were a very successful company doing one thing, and trying to change your business model significantly has got to be like a real challenge.
Yeah, they're very Google in that way, aren't they? They've basically got one product, it seems like. True. It's advertising. That's all they care about. That was the bit that I was like, oh, that's funny. When I saw the article, I was like, oh, yeah, of course they've gone off or something else. And then I read a bit further down, and it was like, this is also that they can focus on advertising with the AI application. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. That totally
Well,
makes sense.
they said that, but
Yeah.
I don't know if that's totally consistent either, because if it was an ad technology, which AI absolutely is, then it wouldn't be a strategic focus for the Facebook user experience, right? They're not just saying we abandon the metaverse and we're going to strictly focus on our back-end infrastructure. They're saying this is their big shift for the platform, and they describe it as developing their generative AI system so that it could potentially be used to create 3D worlds. So yeah, they're going to use it for AI, but that's not the shiny new thing they're going after.
Did they say that, or was did the writer of the article say that? What did
About the
Bosworth
ad
say
stuff?
that he was? No, about creating 3D worlds. That was a bit that excited me, by the way. I said this on Discord and to you guys earlier. I hadn't really thought of this possibility, but the idea of having a 3D world that was built with the aid of an AI, where you can, like, something like a sort of Midjourney or Stable Diffusion, but with like, okay, assistant, create me Zuck. I would call my AI Zuck. Zuck, create a world for me with pink sofa and a space view and rolling sand dunes behind me, and have it just go dunk. And no, not quite like that. Get rid of the sofa and replace it with
Want to know who's
green
doing
Ferrari.
that right now?
Who's doing that right now?
Unreal Engine.
Oh my god, yeah, they totally are, aren't they?
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
They just unveiled a couple weeks ago. They unveiled this. Fuck, I don't remember the name of it, but basically a way for you to create a tiny core for the AI to multiply based on. So something like 20 trees, 5 hills, like basically here's the clump of putty, go make it into an obstacle course or like a level.
Yeah.
And it
now let me find some robot ninjas,
and
please.
it totally does.
Oh my god, that would be so cool. We already have things like Diablo, don't we? Roguelike games where they're just what's the word for it? The procedural generation. That's right.
Yeah.
Where they kind of create the map as you go out. That's cool. It'd be like a holodeck. That's what I'm thinking of. I want a fucking holodeck, basically.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be pixely to begin with, but chuck 5 years down the line, get some custom hardware in there. Yes, please. I'll even go as far as to plug a USB cable in to the headset if I have to. But it would be,
I think we're probably gonna see something like Oasis, just way worse.
Yes. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. Anybody who's read Ready Player One, yes. I see. That was the other thing I thought was, and sorry, I know you were just looking at the quote there, Mike. Thank you for bringing it up, and sorry for not letting you speak. But you do talk a lot all the time, so just trying to get a word in there. No,
I wonder why.
I was thinking. Hey, I'm talking. So. Sorry, I do apologize. No, but the idea about like opening up to the modding community, the people who make these incredible add-ons to games, who have like PUBG type things where they've taken an engine and just gone nuts with it, and because it's an open-ended engine that you can create your own content for really easily, I think if you allowed a system like that to gave it access to AI and integrated it really well and just let people create, you would come up with some incredible things that, like a metaverse that people would actually want to spend time in. I don't trust a company like Meta or any company except for like maybe Valve or someone to create a virtual environment that I actually would want to spend time in, because it's always going to be tinged by their kind of corporate agenda. There'll be ads everywhere or like hints to like go download Candy Crush or whatever to like, but actual genuine cool content, I can see that.
I think something like VR chat, but way less cringy.
Do we have a buzzer that says how many days until since John mentioned VR chat?
But VR chat is a really good example of something that would benefit greatly from this, because currently it's just players designing maps and worlds, and it takes a lot of time and it's generally pretty shit. But if you throw something like this Unreal Engine generator, I forget what it was called, man, you could make some cool stuff.
It would be so cool. Sorry. So, Mike, back to the quote. Was it Bosworth who said
It was.
that they
It
were...
was. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
What
I
was the
just
quote?
reading the article.
Just he was the one that brought up the generative AI or 3D worlds. Peter was right.
Okay. Yeah.
If that's what Peter said, I don't remember anymore.
No, it's not. But I'll go with I'm right anyway. So it's fine.
Might have been on the other
I'll
side
take
of it.
credit.
Yeah.
I do think I do.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
I was just gonna say
Okay,
I'll do all
good.
my talking
Shut up, Mike.
later in the week.
Okay. So
Also,
one thing.
sorry, John.
Yeah. You know how we got
Peter's
those
got a lot to get out of his
recommendations
system.
from multiple viewers that were like, "You guys need to fucking shut the fuck up and stop cutting each other off." We're like, "No." How about that? So only thing I wanted to add is the benefits of these types of worlds being able to be generated. I can just see it already, where you can be in a super safe environment and do things that normally would be really scared, like would be really terrifying to do. One thing, for example, is going on a date. Just as simple as going on a date can be really like scary for certain people.
Wow.
You know, you don't know if you're going to get hurt or if you're going to get fucking roofied or what. But now you can go on a date from the safety of your home. And I find that to be really cool. Like, and by that, I mean, you could go to the top of the Eiffel Tower and have a date up there. And you took a
You are so
spaceship up.
sweet.
If
John-
there's anything we need, it's less human interaction. Thank you, technology.
Yeah.
I knew saying this before I said it. I knew what Mike's take is because he's such a boomer who cannot
gonna
accept
encourage-
the acceleration of technology.
Human
Sure.
interaction.
We don't
Did you
ever need
guys
to
hear
physically be anywhere near another human being ever again for the rest of our lives.
Did you see the other link I posted on Discord, which everybody should join after they click the subscribe button? That Korea is giving kids like $480 to leave home, to go outside.
To
because
go
they're socially-
outside.
Yeah, pretty much.
Honestly, Go Touch Grass has now
Yeah.
become money funded by
Go be
government
social.
funded touch grass.
It made me think how different our culture, our world is. You know,
Yeah.
like that kind of thing just is such a surprise to us. But it's a big enough problem that the government in Korea have sat down, formed a committee, and gone, "Hey, there's a serious problem with our kids. We need to solve it. Can we just give them some money?" And actually gone ahead and said, "Okay, let's try that." Nothing else seems to be working. Like, wow. I mean, we have our problems, obviously, but
That reminds me
Interesting.
of the city that I'm living in just had a basically the mayor was like, and this is happening all over America. Good luck figuring out which city. The mayor was like, "We
Boston.
need to bring
New York.
workers back downtown.
Mississippi. No,
It
it's a
is
river.
too empty downtown. Bring everyone back to the office."
Oh God, really?
What?
Yeah.
What city is she the mayor of?
Huh?
What city is she the mayor of?
No.
What city is she the mayor of? What
Mm-hmm.
city is she the mayor of?
Yeah, it's the city of
Uh-huh. Okay.
There's going to be someone who'll slow that down, count the syllables, like write an algorithm to pick out how many. What possible cities could that be? All right, we've probably got waffled on too much here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
thanks, Mike. God,
I was
Once again.
laying us astray, Mike.
yeah.